Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use. Like an answer to the question, when is Chris going to shave off that stupid facial hair? And the answer is, when we reach 800 patrons. We're 9 away. So if you're really sick of this, but you're not so much sick of this, oh no, I'm not pointing to my Back to the Future Marty McFly cap, which I'm wearing for a completely different reason, which I will get to in just a second. Again, if you're tired of this, but not this, like, you know, what's in my head, become a patron. Support these types of videos and other videos that I would like to do. I would like to expand my team. Unlike some people, I don't want to downsize. I want to grow my team. I want to, bring aboard other people and pay them appropriately for, the things that they're able to do for the team and the community at large. So, at 800 patrons, we're 9 away. This disappears, at least for now. It will likely come back. That's not a permanent disappearance. I can't make any promises. So, now the second question is, I didn't realize that I was, playing with my Greedo action figure before streaming, but I was. This is a Greedo action figure from the Black Series, and I gotta tell you, the Black Series has been, in my estimation, the best action figure series ever, and I'm not just saying that because I love Star Wars. The articulation, the level of detail, the sculpts on these figures is breathtaking, and I've got to thank DorksideToys.com for sending Greedo along. They also sent the Han Solo and the Boba Fett, so I'm having fun with them. I don't know if you guys caught the Instagram photos that I was posted, but I had Greedo kind of hanging out. He was like this with Wicket. This morning he's like, what's up? That's not my Greedo impression. My Greedo impression is just pakatuta krista krenchko ya unska. And that's when, that's when Han Solo says what?
He says, I shot first.
Wow, that's not what Han Solo said? But I gotta give you credit for that. That was pretty good, hon. And she was just telling me minutes before starting this broadcast, and even before she was singing Master of the House, and I've got that song stuck in my head. She was saying she hasn't seen Star Wars in a while. She needs a refresher. I'm like, oh yeah, you don't have to ask me twice. Actually, I think you have. You've had to ask me now 3 times. I've been busy with stuff. I am wearing this Marty McFly cap, as I promised I would explain, because it's Glow Week on LockerGnome.com. We're featuring all sorts of geeky goodness every single day. Every week we have a different theme. So even though we'll feature, random things that have nothing to do with things that glow this week, for example, a Wonka Bar iPhone case. I got a golden ticket. We're talking about the classic movie. You remember it with Gene Wilder. He was the Willy Wonka of the day. Not the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. The Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. You can get an iPhone case that looks like you've got a golden ticket. That's pretty cool. We've also linked off to where you can watch a video of what Disney's Frozen would be like if it was a horror movie. A way that you can become Wonder Woman. Diana's a Wonder Woman. You have this hoodie, don't you?
Uh-huh.
You just don't wear it. Too small now. Got neon hats for everybody to select. How to make glowing water if you've always wanted to do that. A Batman logo backlight poster. Huh? Not like Ben Affleck's Batman. I'm Batman. No, it's the Christian Bale Batman. I don't know what Ben Affleck Batman's going to sound like. Whiny? I'm Batman. How does Ben Affleck sound? I know everybody out there is going, Ben Hoofleck? You cannot have the mango. So we're featuring glowing things on LockerGnome.com. That's why I was wearing it. Because it's kind of glowy. It doesn't glow in the dark or anything like the glasses I was wearing yesterday, but I just love this hat. It's my favorite hat in the entire world. Yeah. Can you believe that?
No.
So this is for those people who say that all I talk about is Star Wars. No, I also talk about things that glow. Like Rudolph's nose. So let's go on to some bits of news. The biggest bit of news is that the Name Your Own Price bundle for Mac users still exists on deals.lockergnome.com. Deals for geeks and nerds. If you're not a geek or a nerd, you cannot go to that website. No. Don't go if you're not a geek or a nerd. Deals.lockergnome.com. No. The big deal, and this is probably a bigger deal than I could have ever created. Microsoft is going to be dropping their gold subscription requirement for you to be able to watch services like through Netflix. And this is something that they've held on to for God knows how long, for To me, an unknown reason. I mean, yes, they were trying to drive subscriptions. And that's ultimately, I think, what drove me away from using Netflix on Xbox back when I had the Xbox 360. I don't have an Xbox One. That may very well change. I also don't have a PS4, and I have to make this claim every time I mention that I don't have one, because then people think I'm a fanboy of the other thing. Hey, just because I choose not to own something doesn't automatically make me a fanboy of something else. Just like owning something doesn't make me a fanboy. So, I don't mind. There are certain things you can call me a fanboy of. Certain things you can't.
Like Diana.
Diana, I'm a fanboy of, apparently. Star Wars, I don't know if I'd be considered a fanboy of Star Wars. Because I have certain opinions about the prequels. So, they're dropping the gold subscription requirement for you to be able to watch these entertainment services like HBO Go, Netflix, etc. Which I think is smart. So now you got an Xbox, you want to watch your accounts, you can. You don't need to get the Xbox Live Gold in order to get that. Plus, and then I believe that starts in June. So we're not quite there yet, about a month away. Plus, they're lowering the price of the Xbox One to $400. That's $100 cheaper than what it was. And that is going to come without the Kinect hardware. Which, I mean, it's not a gimmick, but I kind of put it in the realm of gimmick. I never really used the Kinect. I have one. Need to sell it. I can't sell it. It's worthless. You can't sell old tech. Old tech just, it loses value the moment you buy it, which is great, but also sucks. But it's mostly great because it enables experiences. You just can't turn around and sell it. Who would buy a Kinect from me? Nobody, because I'd have to pay them to take it away. So it's nice. So you can save $100, get the Xbox One or the Xbone, Xbone, Xbone. That's how I say it in my head when I see Xbone. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that in my head that way, but I do. $400 now for the Xbox One, in conjunction with them making it a bit more palatable for people out there who do not have a gold subscription. If you do carry a gold subscription, however, they've got new services. They're going to be revealing, or really evolutions of services. Games with gold, deals with gold. So the idea is that you pay for a gold subscription, and you'll get bonuses like games that normally would cost you money come bundled with that subscription service. I think that it's a great idea. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Still, currently not an Xbox user. I don't know if I necessarily want to fork over $400 to do something that a $100 gadget already does for me. You know what I mean? Do you feel me here? You know, I want to watch a Netflix or something. I AirPlay, and I'm on my high horse. So I prefer, using that kind of... I don't know what I'm doing right now. It's a weird impression. That's a Thurston Howell impression. Oh, lovey. Would you like to watch the Xbox or the Apple TV tonight, lovey? Really, I mean, I don't game. So that part's not a big deal for me. Or no, I game. I casual game. Very casually. Much like Chewie was supposed to fly the shuttle Tidarium. When they were going to the forest moon of Endor, Han Solo said, I don't know, fly casually. Or fly casual. Fly casual. Was it casual or casually? See, this is why I'm not a fanboy. I suck at this stuff. Via patron Steve Mannering, Google is set to name and shame ISPs with YouTube buffering issues. So if you've run into a problem with YouTube, you could blame YouTube. It's probably not going to do you any good, though, because it may not be YouTube's fault. Some things. Could be the ISP. Could be throttling you. Could be doing some funny things in the background. So people are intent on blaming the thing that they're going to. So they go to a website, it sucks, they assume that the website's to blame. Well, maybe it's not the website that's to blame. So Google is apparently going to be, calling out the ISPs that are really making the service suck for you. Although, I think YouTube's sucking more than a lot of other services suck. Diana even showed me, was that a screenshot, or was that your actual phone this morning? Someone sent us a screenshot saying that you can't watch some of our YouTube videos unless you're on Wi-Fi. I didn't put that rule there. I don't care when, where, how you watch the videos. If you've seen, you can't. So now some people can't watch some of our videos on Wi-Fi. Likes don't count anymore. I mean, it's just YouTube's just the further on they go, the more difficult they make it for producers. Honestly, I don't know. You just can't count. You think you can do something, you can't. Yes, I can upload a video to YouTube. Apparently, if some of you aren't on a Wi-Fi connection, you can't watch it. I don't know what to tell you. I can't yell at YouTube because I've tried to do that and it's gotten me nowhere. I don't know if they know that the bug exists or if they consider it a bug. So, just so you know, if you're running into problems, it may not just be you. It could very well be YouTube directly, or any website, or really any point in between, especially in relation to something like an ISP. Lewis Williams says, Chris, if it makes you happy, I'm streaming you from my Mac Pro to my Apple TV on my big screen. You know what? Anything you do makes me happy. You know, if you're watching the videos, I don't care. I really don't. I genuinely, I don't. I like it when people tweet pictures. They say, here I'm watching the vlog, or here I'm watching the TLDR, and they show how and where, and they're eating something at the same time, you know, like nom nom nom, you know, like, unless it's corn or macaroni and cheese, I will not retweet those photos.
I will.
Fine. If for every macaroni, then you have to tweet. If she's going to retweet your macaroni and cheese eating viewing, then I'm going to retweet any panda sitting viewing of the...
I think we just started a war.
Yeah, we just started a war. Okay, no panda tweets. No, she's afraid of pandas. That was my last name before we met. I don't know if anybody knew that. I was Chris Panda. And she had to look past that. We don't kiss. You guys have never seen that happen on the internet. We've never kissed. Yeah, kind of proud of that. It is. I'm going to save it for that special moment. Obviously, I'm lying. You've seen us kiss before, a little PDA. And I don't mean personal digital assistant. Nerds. Now, speaking of nerds, The Simpsons and Family Guy are getting a crossover episode. An hour-long crossover episode is finally going to happen this September. Family Guy and The Simpsons. Long overdue. That's kind of exciting. I mean, because they're bits and pieces of similar humor. Peter would definitely fit in Springfield. I mean, a lot of characters really in the Family Guy would fit in Springfield, and even vice versa, I suppose. But, you know, I found the humor in each series different. Enjoyable, too. If I had to choose between average Simpsons humor or average Family Guy humor, I'd probably go with average Family Guy humor. I would. I'm big into non sequiturs, pop culture references, which Simpsons have started to get into, really, or more so than they had in the past. So a crossover episode is coming. Not a lot of people were talking about that. That kind of surprised me. No one told me about that. I discovered that through a random tweet. Scratch! And I don't mean like, you know, itchy scratchy, Simpsons reference there. Scratch 2.0 has been open sourced. Now, Scratch is interesting to me, not because I'm a programmer, because I suck. I would suck if I had a program. Scratch, are you okay, hon?
Yeah.
Did your water break?
No.
That's going to be my question to you now until it actually happens, you know. Just to make sure. She's just kind of, Diana's like,
Ate too many strawberries.
oh, she ate too many strawberries, apparently. This is the I ate too many strawberries face that Diana gives. Your lap, that's what your face looked like, right? With the mustache and everything. She grows facial hair, she's pregnant. So, Scratch 2.0, that's okay, it reminds me of my mom. We're good. Italian women, facial hair, you know, that's really what attracted me to you, hon. Just saying. Scratch 2.0 has been open sourced. It is a visual, can I go as far as to call it a language? It is a way for you to create stories through programming what happens, you know, in a particular scene. So Scratch is a great way of not just teaching kids or neophytes about programming. It's really giving them an easy set of tools. You just wouldn't hand a baby a compiler. They wouldn't know what to do. Hell, you can hand an adult a compiler and they wouldn't know what to do with it. So it's really, really fascinating. Now it's at 2.0. They're open sourcing it, so you can download, you can modify, etc. Check it out. If you have not already, scratch.mit.edu. Really, really amazing. This would be an example of a tool that I would show my kids or give my kid. You know, if they're playing, let's say they're playing with their action figures, because they're not going to play with daddy's action figures. It's a rule. No, this is not a toy. This is a collectible. You know, they're playing with it, and okay, Greedo comes along. Choo-choo-choo. Okay. Oh, I'm just making up dialogue, right? Well, you could script what would happen in a virtual world, and as you're scripting it out, you're basically creating a program, but you're doing it without thinking that you're programming. And it's a great way of teaching logic that it would take, or even the processes by which you go through in terms of programming. If you're looking for a good starting point, you know, honestly, even as an older person, and a non-child, I don't know, who do I determine a child now? Kid. Anybody who's younger than 40 is a kid to me. So if you're younger than 40, You're a kid. You should be happy about that. I know some people might be mad, but I'm not a kid anymore. I'm an adult. Oh, okay, fine. Be an adult, but you're younger than me. You're a kid. It's just the way it's going to be. Scratch 2.0. Check it out. Scratch.mit.edu. I did mention that Diana is pregnant. This should not come to any amount of news to you. And by the way, Diana, Max 3099 is arguing that pandas are cute.
No.
She says no. By the way, you can use PayPal to sign up as a patron. Anybody who's watching this video live on YouTube, because that's the way it's being streamed out, is a patron. Only patrons are privy to the live URL. Everybody gets to see the video, but usually after it's live. Diana's pregnant. We've been doing pregnancy vlogs. Haven't been doing them every week. She was gone for a couple of weeks here, but we've got a new pregnancy vlog edited, uploaded. I've given it briefly to the patrons as an exclusive. We'll be uploading that pregnancy vlog this weekend. You may be interested, you may not be interested. It's kind of a little bonus for people who care. I would tell you right now, if you are a geek or a nerd and clothing puts you to sleep, don't watch this video. Because, I was recording and I'm interested, but even I almost fell asleep. It was a clothing haul, which is a really big deal for women. Huge deal. And I know some of you guys are saying, Diana needs to create her own YouTube channel, and food, and recipes, and mommy, and fashion, makeup, and beauty. So she is. She's going to set up her own YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel now, but she's going to start it the week that she's given birth. When she comes home, she's going to record. You're doing it.
Nope.
Yes, you are. That's got to be the time. So I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to evolve into, but Diana's going to have a weekly, mostly mommy video every week. And what I'm thinking about doing, we're going to launch a separate Patreon campaign for her channel alone, just to see who's more popular, you or me.
Me and the baby.
You and the baby. No. Baby gets its own. Baby's going to have its own YouTube channel. I'm going to have to register all that crap. We have a possible name, by the way, for the baby Pirillo. And when we reach 800, what did I say for 800 for the...
The name is Baby.
No, the name is not Baby. And by the way, don't put it in a corner. Nobody puts Baby in a corner. We're going to reach 800. I got some bonuses for everybody. But when we reach 900, what I'll do is I'll tell you what the likely name is going to be for the baby. I think it's if we hit 900 before the birth. If we hit the birth, obviously it's over. But if we hit 1,000, then you'll know we'll tell you the sex of the baby. The name we have is unisex. It can go either way, and to me it's fascinating. The name that I came up with was geeky at one level, and then just got even geekier. And it's still amazing, is it not? Diana's still not a fan of the name. I think we're all a fan of the name except Diana. This will go down in law. Diana hated your name, your mother. She she loves you, but she hates your name. She will forever refer to you as baby. Don't talk like that to the baby. So, yeah, the latest pregnancy vlog has been uploaded for the patrons to take a look at. It will be uploaded for all on the vlog YouTube channel, not this one, the other one, later this week. Or I guess maybe over the weekend. I'm also checking out the list of comments coming in through the live stream, too. So if you guys are commenting, I'll try to address the ones that I see. If someone sends you a 3D file, you can't just open it and go, oh, yeah, you look at it in 3D. No, you need a viewer. And Autodesk has released a free 3D file viewer for most, if not all, popular 3D file types, available for free on iOS and OS X. So you don't have to worry about downloading anything crazy anymore, having to download a program to view a file, like an expensive program, a demo. Just download this and view 3D files for free on iOS or OS X. I thought it was kind of nice. Even though I can't remember the name right. Hang on, let me look. Oh, FBX Review is what it's called. FBX Review. Horrible name. Really ghastly name for a 3D file viewer, because I don't think anybody would search for FBX Review. But just FYI, something that might be valuable for you at some point in the future. Via Patron Robert Wildman, the EU court backs the right to be forgotten in Google case. This came out of the BBC. So this is fascinating to me, and I think the EU... Oh, sorry. Let me kick the screensaver in here. Yeah, your name could be up there, blah, 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 patrons. So, Chris, I should do... Someone says I should do voiceovers.
Yeah.
I don't think I should. I don't like my voice. I never liked my voice. Even the voices that I, vociferate, that's a word.
Do a Diana voice.
I'm doing Diana voice.
I don't.
I'm starting to fight, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, you asked. I'm getting a glare now. Thanks, hun. Put me in hot water. So, basically, the EU, or this court, is saying that if you have an identity, and we all do, but it's out there and on the internet, you should be in control of that. And I don't disagree. But Google is indexing anything and everything and get its hands on. Hell, even if you don't have your email on Google, it may know a little bit about your email. And you're wondering, well, wait, how? I don't have a Google account or I don't use Google for email. Well, how many people do you email on a regular basis who use Gmail or a Google account? Well, your email's going there, and then Google has it. So it's a really sticky situation, but ultimately I do believe that you, as a user, should have the right to be in control of what happens with your identity, with your data. We don't live in that world today. For example, when I get on a mailing list, and not just an email list, but I mean like a physical printed mail list, it really upsets me because very rarely do I ask for that crap to be sent to me. And it even gives me pause when I sign up for a new affinity card because I worry. I'm like, I'm giving you data. You're getting my mail address. You're going to send me crap that I don't want. You're going to send junk mail. I don't want that. I don't want junk. I don't have time for junk in my life. If I want junk, I'll follow you on Twitter. You know, I don't want this crap in my life necessarily. And because I'm not in control. Users, you're not in control of your own data. And this is, you know what really grinds my gears? That does. You know, the fact that users aren't in control of their own data. And that's asinine to me. I mean, why are the big companies the ones who have the right to buy and sell you like you're slaves? I mean, I'm not going to, that's a large leap. And let me take that. Let me edit myself. They own your data and they control your data. You're not in control of it. And I guess in some ways, when you're not in control of you, who is? What does that make you? A puppet? What does that make you? You're putting all this data out there and you can't control it. It would be a different story, man. I wish that companies could only market to me if I gave them permission to. Like if I say, all right, Star Wars, market to me all you want. Grocery store, yeah, sure, market to me, right? Beauty products, you shut up. But the problem is they don't shut up. They buy your data from somebody else because you're not in control. They don't have to ask for your permission. And it's legal. Drives me up the wall. I think you, the user, we need to be in control of our data. And this is certainly a part of it. So I think the EU court should be commended. Of course, Google's disappointed about this, but I think everybody has a right to if they want to be erased, they have the right to be erased. It's their life. And we've even had, Diana and I have had brief conversations about this with baby Pirillo. Well, not with the baby, him or herself, because can't communicate. Obviously, it's still in the womb. We're going to be vlogging. We're going to be putting a lot of our lives out there, and the child doesn't really have an opportunity to express, what he or she would want or not want, to be in control of that stuff that we put out there, the data that we put out there. And, up until the point where they can vocalize, whether they want to do something or not do something, that's up to them. They don't want to do something anymore, fine, they won't do something anymore. But right now, it's a part of our life, and we're never going to do anything that's going to jeopardize our security, our safety, our stability at all. But still, it's something to keep in mind, too, for as new parents. You've got children, how do you introduce them to this greater world? And my perspective is you don't hide it. You don't keep it secret. You don't lock it down. You approach it with an open mind, and you communicate openly about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to putting your life online. And I would like to believe that our child would have a leg up in being a lot more socially responsible than half the people I interact with online, including people who follow me. Some of them just don't know how to act very responsible. They have a Twitter account and they think that the world revolves around them, and it doesn't. That's just not, the world has never worked that way. And as much as you are in control of what you are able to enjoy, you can't expect that somebody is going to bend to your wishes. it doesn't work that way. Of course, it does work that way if you're a marketer and you're buying somebody else's data, but again, I've explained that I don't think that's a very good situation. So, I don't think I would ever get to the point where I'd ever want to wipe myself out. I mean, I'm putting my stuff out there. I put so much out there, it's not really a big deal to me. There are certain things that, of course, I believe are just for me. I don't vlog everything. I don't share everything. So if someone gave me the opportunity to erase myself or to eliminate myself from Google searches or, Facebook, Twitter, etc., to cleanse myself of being online, I don't know if I'd ever take that opportunity. Some people would, and I think that's well within their right. I think there are people who are privacy advocates who fight to the extent where they don't want to do anything. They don't want to have any tracking or traceability of coming back. Things that they do coming back to them that might haunt them. I think that's very valuable. Anonymity is not something that should be swept aside. I think there is a value in anonymity, so long as you're not abusing it. And there are people who do abuse anonymity, and everyone's got their own perspective. Everyone, whether they want to or mean to or not, they judge. But it'd be difficult for me to sit here in this position and tell other people that I think they should do things like I do things. I don't think that's right. So even though I wouldn't do it, I think that people are well within their rights to erase themselves online. I think that's really something that it's going to become more and more important as we put more and more of ourselves out there. So to further allay any kind of complaint that it's inevitably going to happen, that I don't show anything but Star Wars stuff, this is the Unibobine. The Unibobine. It was a Kickstarter project. I did not back it. You know how I feel about that stuff. They did send me what they're sending out. What they're sending out now. The Unibobine. It's a Uni. It's a Uni. Unibobine right there. This thing is kind of neat. So, see this? This is what is this? What is this? Well, I'm glad you asked. So imagine you're sitting here with your phone. Just pretend I'm you. And your phone needs charged, needs docked or whatever. You can set it right there in the lightning adapter cable thing. And then this is what I'm going to do. With the Unibobine. The Unibobine. I have no idea how you say the words. I don't even know if it's Italian. I'm just going to pretend that's Italian. Hang on. This is an unboxing here. This is the first time use. I'm going to plug her into the USB port, and look at that. It's a floating phone. Oh, that's actually kind of neat. Hun, check this out. It's like a stand, and then, of course, it maneuvers. You saw how it snakes around. So I can tilt it forward. I can tilt it backward, like that. Not too far back. Destroy the USB port. Curve around, make it a bit more stable. Twist that around. There we go. So now, when I do iPhone demos, I can do them like this. Oh, did you see that Google for iOS has been updated, so it's got new features? Can you see that? Now you can. Look at that. Look at that beautiful phone. It's just sitting. You wouldn't even know it's there. Sitting on the Unibobine. I just think it's great. That's a great name. Unibobine. All a cable. I'm going to read it in a really bad Italian accent. Unibobine is from a fuse of chicken. You fuse a chicken? Yeah, it's Unibobine from the fuse of chicken. All a cable, all a dock, all the time. Virtually indestructible, one-legged tripod. Even though it's not a tripod, it's a monopod, but not like a traditional monopod. Travel a light, travel a well. Everything is better at the higher level. A real easy, a change easier. I like it a higher level, So normally, you have to set your damn phone down on the damn desk, but now you can have your damn phone sitting straight damn up. Look at that. It's actually kind of neat. I like this a lot, and I may figure out a way to make this a permanent solution here. Because I'd rather have my phone sitting up like this, kind of floating. And now imagine the next demo I have to do with my phone. I don't know if I can hold an iPad. I don't know if it's sturdy enough for that. But the next time I have to do a demo with the phone, instead of waving it around, I can go, hey, look at this. She's a floating a phone. How does she do that? She a floating. It's a magic. I'm glad that isn't considered racist because I'm Italian. We're about ready to wind down. But I do want to show you a couple other things that I got over the past 24-hour period. Do you remember this guy? Okay, this... Oh, damn. You saw the name. All right, you saw the name, didn't you? All right, you're going to rewind. You're going to cheat. Well, even if... Don't... You promise not to cheat. You tell me who this guy... I mean, you know who this guy was. He was in Star Wars. Where did you see this guy in Star Wars? He was in Star Wars. This guy right here. Do you remember him at all? Who could forget that face? Oh, do I have to hide mine until he comes in focus? Tell me, where do you think this guy came from? Well, not came from, but where did you see him in Star Wars? This is going to be a part of my Cantina shelf. He's... Never mind. I just ruined it. Oh, don't pretend like you weren't using Google to search for things anyway. And they've also just released, this infamous I think it's DK Publishing. Yes, DK has released the new Star Wars The Visual Dictionary, updated and expanded with an exclusive God bless America. Now I know it's time to stop. An exclusive Luke Skywalker minifigure comes with this one. Love the visuals in this book. Love them, 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 love them. I have a lot of these sets. I don't care about the set so much as I do the minifigures, though. So I gotta tell you, even though I love Star Wars, the only reason why I really got this book was this guy right here. Right there. That Luke Skywalker. I'll do anything for a minifig. It's a good name for a website. I'll do anything for a minifig. Max3099 asks for, what about the Android version? About for this? Well, I'd imagine it may come out soon. I mean, this works really, really well. Exceedingly well. It's been sitting right there. So, there you go. A lot of products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 products today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 products. I didn't do too bad. I don't think I did too bad. Well, if I didn't do too bad, thanks again for remembering to like, share, comment, subscribe, watch even more of our videos right now. After clicking the subscribed button on the page, there's a little gear icon on a YouTube page. Gotta go to a YouTube page. Gear icon, subscribe button next to each other. Click the gear icon, then put the check mark in the check to enable updates. Send me updates. So you get updates, email updates when we upload a new video to the channel. I'm assuming you're already using the free LockerGnome app available for iOS or Android. Look at this. This is great. Oh, wait, hang on. I don't want to show you my passcode. Let me use my thumb. Look at that. Works exceedingly well. You don't want to look at my email. It's boring. It's going to go ahead and go over to my social folder. LockerGnome app right there. You can get it for free. iOS or Android. Really easy. The easiest way to stay up to date on what we're doing. You get push notifications and everything. So thanks again for being you. Now I am going to close down, do another live video here in this very channel that you can watch. It's an exclusive to patrons. What would you do with just one device? Asked by Stefan. Which one device would you use? And this is what I'm going to answer in that video specifically for patrons. Patrons get exclusive videos pretty much almost every day. I would say that's worth a cup of coffee. I mean, that's really to be a patron. You get even more bonuses at $5. I'd like to. I mean, we got some $2 patrons, which are great. They're awesome, and you got them in. I'm trying to throw in more bonuses for the $5 patrons on up too, because I mean, I got a baby coming. I got to worry about diapers, and I can't. You know, the ad thing. You know, unless we get a lot of views, ads aren't anything. And let's face it, you can't count on YouTube to deliver videos, even if you love them. You can't count on YouTube anymore, especially if you're not on Wi-Fi. What the hell is up with that bug? All right, so at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.